Okay, we're attempting round 2 of the increase in the production budget with a different camera angle and the driving portion. First test right now, the acceleration from stop to go. Hey, the camera has not fallen over yet. I'm actually kind of proud of that. Did I lock the door? Yeah, I locked the door, okay. With a little extra torque added into the variable right now. And we are still stable. Would you look at that? I actually can't believe it. Why is my car so loud today? But it is another beautiful day. And why is it a beautiful day? I'm going to the gym. Does that mean every beautiful day requires me to go to the gym? No. But do I also like going? Yes. Yes, I do. 30 minutes of cardio makes me feel fulfilled, and I feel like a sense of accomplishment, somebody would say. I'm definitely driving a little bit more carefully right now, though, just because of the fact that I keep having flashbacks of yesterday and smashing my phone. I think 3 times on that one little drive over and then constantly having to hold it up. Could I say that was not fun? Maybe. But I also look back on it a little bit fondly because I always think, even if I had mistakes along the way, I can always look back, in a way, look fondly because it was always a learning opportunity, Could I have had a very traumatic experience that left me in shambles? Yes. Oh, here's the big test. Are we tipping? Okay, we got rotated a little bit, but we didn't tip, though, surprisingly enough. Let me rotate back right over here. So, a little bit more tinkering, and we might even have day-by-day improvements to the production. And I might even say that the production is booming right now, considering we haven't been about 2 minutes into this drive so far, and I have not had one catastrophic camera failure leading to a screen crack. My windshield might be cracked, but my phone screen isn't right now, though. There's some very odd-looking lighting right now, though, which, I don't really care how I technically look on the camera, which is what was the word I'm looking for? Doesn't really make too much sense, though, because I'm still on the borderline being narcissistic. Because why do I go to the gym? Because I want to look in the mirror and have a lot of muscles and then flex and I go, wow, I have a lot of muscles. And the cherry on top is if somebody else goes, wow, Andy, you have a lot of muscles. And then I play it off shy at first where I go, stop, dude, it takes a lot of hard work, Actually, that's already kind of narcissistic in a way, too, because I'm already stating that, oh, you can't achieve this physique. I'm different. Maybe I will be like that. Maybe this is where I realize my full narcissistic tendencies and just become a full-blown villain. It's no more being empathetic and nice. It's my green light, and I'm going to go for it, because this light takes too long. Come on, come on, come on. All right, fellas, hold on. Oh! Okay, we've had our first catastrophic failure of the day. But that was due to some catastrophic driving, the conditions. Now we're at, so the perfect angle that I had set up is now gone now, because the tripod arm that holds the phone is all bent to Kingdom Come. So, while still being a safe driver, I'm going to alternate it, and it's a yellow light. Maybe this is a blessing in a way. Maybe this is telling me to go fix my camera right now. So, let me lean over without getting camera locked too much. Yeah. Get back over there. What? Who would have thought the most difficult part of filming would actually be the car top to... God dang it! It even made the squeakiest noise, too, as the little arm hinge just swiveled over. Okay, I definitely got to tighten a lot more things on the car top portion, it seems. But... maybe the cubby hole is the best one. It's the most personal in a way, too, because you guys are just down in the center console of my car looking up at me. Which might also add to the narcissistic tendencies that I've been brewing for the past couple of months. See, if I were to give a little bit of Andy Roo Kim lore right now, I didn't always look like this. It's a joke to me now, but I always bring up the old photos for me I can't even speak. Looks like I have a little bit more work to do before I become a villain, because villains have to be charismatic. Catastrophic failure number 2. We are going to be going back to the drawing board for the camera because it might just be a permanent. We put you guys in the cubby hole in the center console because it's not working out, it seems. Especially some of those sharper turns are not a big fan of the camera right now. Damn, look at my forearms. Woo! Oh wait, that was actually not my forearm. It was like, okay, I fooled myself with my own camera angle. Since I have both hands on the steering wheel, it looked like my forearms were double the width because I was looking at both of my arms, but since they were overlapping each other like this, I thought my forearms were massive. But now that gives me a new image where I go, oh, having nice forearms sounds nice. So what am I going to do? I'm going to keep up with the lifting regime. And then a routine, I don't know why I said regime. And then hopefully I can actually look in the camera view one day and I actually have forearms that look like that. Now that would be a treat. But we did legs yesterday. And the funniest thing ever is that my butt is very sore today, which I don't understand. It's I didn't do any of the glute machines or glute exercises yesterday. So I'm now wondering if like me being on the squats yesterday for the barbell squats incorporated more glutes than I expected, because as I said, I've not had glute soreness in a very long time because I thought, first of all, since I don't really do any glute specific exercises currently, even though I should, but I didn't want to because I was more blinded by the light of wanting big quads and big hamstrings. Isn't that a beautiful perspective over there, guys? Also, we're making record time right now. Maybe my reckless driving is actually cutting down on my commute to the gym right now, though. But today on the agenda is chest and shoulders. Chest and shoulders. It's always a funny time to think about working out chest for me, because the thing I was always most self-conscious about growing up is having a larger chest, but not a muscular chest. What was the term that kids boobs, the man boobs? I was always super self-conscious about having man boobs growing up as a child. But now here I am back in the gym attempting to get a bigger chest now, which, it's funny how life works. It's funny how life works exactly, because last year, legitimately at this same time in September 2022, my main goal and only goal that I had was to lose weight, and that's all I wanted. All I did was cardio. I didn't lift any weights. I ate very little, and then all I wanted was to be skinnier. But then flash forward a year later, and what do we get? We get a man that's trying to make his camera not tip over and avoid car collisions, and then it swivels away once again. But then flash forward 1 year, and now I am on the journey to gain weight now. From 220 pounds where I started at, plummeting all the way down to, I think I stabilized around 150 for a couple months, because that's at the point where I couldn't tell if I wanted to lose more weight or if I wanted to start gaining muscle now at that point. But then I remember the infamous May of 2023, where I got sick, didn't eat anything, and then I got my wisdom teeth out, didn't eat anything, and then I went from 150, I think not even that, I was at like 155, beginning of May. And by like the second week of June, I dropped down to like 137, which I felt very, very malnourished. Did not feel very good because I was malnourished. I didn't eat for like a whole month, essentially. And I'm gladly to report, does that mean I gained all of this in muscle? Hell no. I don't even know what the percentage of this is in fat and what of this was actually in muscle. But from the 137 May incident, we are now hovering at around, it's weird when I say it's like a 4-pound range, but I'm still trying to figure out like what counts as an actual basis of the weight. Because if I weigh myself in the morning, like, what does that entail? Because, for example, as gross as it says, if you go poop, you're going to weigh lighter. But at the same time, there's also the thing, like, if you eat carbs and you carb up, you will be heavier because you're storing a lot more, food in your system, literally. But for the past 2 weeks, I've been hovering around the 157 to the 160-ish range. So, from my beginning journey of 137, and what was that? June 18th, I think, even more to be more specific. So now we're at the 157 and the camera plummeting production phase of my life. I'm gonna say 157 because I feel like 160 is usually probably when I was carved up. Do I even know what I'm saying right now? No. These are all just assumptions that I've been having along the way of thinking, if this makes sense, it makes sense. Pulling into my gym parking lot, and it seems not too busy right now. And I hope it stays that way. Yesterday I went earlier than normal, thinking it'd be less people, but then funny enough, it was even more people. I had never even seen the gym that busy ever. Because the worst part too is like when I pulled up to the gym at around like 8 o'clock yesterday, it was empty. But then after I did my 30 minutes of cardio, that's when the chaos started and everybody started bumbling in. But we have arrived at the gym. I see that one guy that I always see working over there too. And I'll see you guys on the first working set of chest, which is probably going to be the incline Smith machine press. I think this will be the final set. All right, I lied. One more set because it feels good. I think we're done with pressing. I'm gonna move to the pec deck. And I think high-low flies now. Okay. that's enough of that. Back in the center console on the way back home. But 1:49 p.m. I went in around 11:30ish. Wait, did I go in around 11:30ish? What time did I go today, actually? I think I went in. I think I was in there for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Daily cardio of 30 minutes has been achieved. Creatine has not been consumed yet. But the cardio and the lift is done for today. Have you done your daily 30 minutes of cardio today? You got to ask yourself every day now, have I done my cardio? Have I consumed my creatine? And the biggest, most important reason of everything else, it doesn't matter if you did all the other things. If you ask yourself, Am I happy? And if you're not, I hope you find something that makes you happy. Am I happy right now? I like to say I'm sufficiently happy. Could there be things that I could have better things in life? Yeah, of course. The life is about the constant improvement. But I like to say that I'm pretty happy with where I'm at right now. Physically, I'm in the best shape I've ever been in my entire life, because as I said, like I have never ever seen my body look like this, or even my face in general too, because like that, it's funny to think about it. Like I look at old high school photos, and especially photos of me in college. It's just so weird to look back and to think I looked so different. And then here I am now, filming my little journey. There's like a part of me, and this is like a nice little escape for me too, because one thing that I always critique myself, it's like I don't know if I should call it like a funny critique, but I never ever take photos, ever. Like, I obviously get very jealous when I obviously when like friends have like photos of me and like just of us together, because I look at my own photos and there's literally nothing. Why? It's a mixture of two things. Growing up, oh guys, trauma dump session, but growing up, my mom liked taking photos, and it got to the point where I hated taking photos because no matter what we did, we would have to take a photo. Because of that, childhood me made a vendetta going, when I grow up, I'm not going to force anybody to take photos with me. And then here I am now, photoless. No memories of anything other than what's in my mind. And then I also went through a little phase where I thought people that take selfies are stupid. I'm so smart because I don't take photos of myself. And here I am now, a fool. Zero photographical memory of anything that I've done in the past 10 plus years because I was too prideful and I thought taking photos was silly. So, what is my second consolation prize of that? I forced myself to film myself at the gym now, because that way I can't avoid it. I'm at the gym already. I have my phone. I have to film myself now at this point. So, and in a way, I can finally have like a little memory, a recollection of what I've done now. Instead of just having to think, oh yeah, I have one photo from me of 2022. I lied. I have at least 15 photos of myself from 2022, which is a huge step because I think I checked in 2021. There was legitimately 3 photos of myself for that entire year, and I'm not even joking about that. But don't worry, guys. The trauma dump is over, but I have one more story to tell too. I got my first person to ask me about my tripod setup at the gym today. And boy, if I'm being quite honest, I was scared. I looked like a deer in the headlights the moment. I just finished my set. It's that final shoulder cable races set. Right after I stopped filming and I got off the machine, some guy across from me started waving me down. He legitimately was like, and at first I was like, oh no, is this guy gonna be like, hey man, delete that footage? I was in the background of it. But who would have thought? Who would have thought? I doubted humanity, and this person ended up being the nicest, most pleasing gentleman ever. He looked at me and then he said, hey man, is it cool if I ask you a question? And then immediately I was like, oh, he's gonna ask why I'm filming. And I already was formulating like a big lie. I'm like, oh, what should I just lie to him? And you might be thinking, Andy, why would you lie about that? You could just say you're documenting your journey. But, you know, spreading misinformation is quite entertaining at times, especially the people you don't know. But what did I do? He asked me, hey, where'd you get that tripod? And then here's where the funny part even happened again too, where I don't know where I got this tripod. My parents got it gifted somewhere, and then nobody in our house used it for the past 5 years. And then here I am now finally making use of it 5 years later. And I felt kind of bad. Like, I wish, like, the guy was so genuine about it too, because like apparently he likes going on hikes, and he told me too, he likes going on hikes and like setting it up somewhere like by a stream or a river or even like a nice forested area, and then just having a nature talk, which I thought was pretty cool too. Does that mean we're both content creators? Are we collabing in the near future? And just like the typical male experience, did we ask each other our names? Hell no. I'll see that person again at the gym, and then all we'll think is tripod guy. And then we get on with our life. Hey, there's a cyclist on the road. But to the actual lift now. I didn't really record as much as I wanted to today because technically there was not that many people at the gym, but there were some times where I just didn't really want to like set up the tripod in the middle, because like, especially during the incline Smith, there was one on my third set, because I recorded the 4th set. On the third set, I was just like, all right, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. Also, another thing, I know I like sidetracked about the lift like 7 times now, but I felt so much stronger today. I PR'd on every single one of my lifts today. Not every single one. On the heavy presses, I PR'd on a lot of them, especially for all the chest related stuff. Incline Smith and on the incline hammer strength machine that I did on the second exercise. Those were both exercises I dropped the weight about 3 weeks ago because I was like not able to get good form. And then I upped the weight. I did 30 pounds on each side on Incline Smith last chest that I did. Today, I bumped it up to 135, and I pushed out the same amount of reps that I did on 30 pounds on each side last time. Because, looking at my notes, I did 6,688 reps for 30 pounds. So I guess in total, what is that? 80 pounds, because the Smith bar is 20 pounds on my gym. So I did an 80-pound Smith incline. And then this week, we add another 10 pounds to that, because 5 on each side. We did a 90-pound Smith incline for the same amount of reps. And I honestly felt like I could have gone higher up in weight today, to be honest. Did the stretch still feel, and like the contraction still feel really good? Yes, I think I got a very tremendous chest pump today. And it's weird too. I'm not lying just to like, be like, oh guys, I'm on video now, I gotta lie about my performance. I think once I started performing, now that sounds even funny. That makes it sound like I legitimately think I'm an actor. I'm like, this is my performance, the art of the lift. But again, I have been having really, really good lifts once I started recording. And it's been 3 days now, today being the third. The arm day that I recorded, barely. I got the best tricep pump I think I've ever gotten once I started lifting, especially for a specific arm-only day. Yesterday, I feel like I never really have a problem having like a good leg day. And funny enough, did I even have a better leg day considering the fact that my glutes are sore today? Who knows? But I had a tremendous chest pump today. Am I still a little bit shy to show that off? Yeah, because that means I have to get shirtless, and I'm still in the phase where I'm a lot more confident in my body, but maybe I'm still not confident enough to be shirtless. Versus, like some people that are very jacked and they should be proud of it. So maybe that will be my more concrete / not even concrete goal of the fact that my goal in my gym journey right now is I want to just be comfortable shirtless. Like if I go to a swimming pool or anywhere I just in swim trunks, that I can just take my shirt off and be proud. I don't have to like hide away. I don't have to like scrunch over. Because growing up, that's all I did. I was very, very, I don't want to say ashamed, but definitely not confident in my body growing up. And then slowly on this journey, I'm hoping I get to a point where I can just be shirtless at a swimming pool and be completely fine with it. Now that would be quite nice, actually. But chest pump was acquired, PR'd on a lot of the heavier presses for Incline Smith and the Incline Hammer machine. I technically didn't PR for the more stretch movements with the lighter weights, like the pec deck and I don't know what to call them, the high-low fly. I still don't know what to call that exercise. I take the 2 little handles and then I go from a high position and I go down, and I have like a really nice feeling in the center of the chest, if that makes sense. Only issue that I had today though is I felt like a lot more pumped in my right chest than my left chest, which also growing up and like the past couple months too, every time I flex my chest, my right always seems a lot more like filled out than my left. Which maybe I gotta do some more isolateral exercises to work on that imbalance. Or maybe I should not even worry about it, because yes, we're all gonna have muscle imbalances apparently. It's just a normal human body thing to do. And if I just keep working and chipping away at it, eventually it'll even out. If it becomes too uneven, maybe I'll do something isolateral to even it out. But for now, maybe I won't worry about it too much because I'm still new on my lifting journey. But then, what was today? I actually forgot to record my shoulder press sets because they were quite lackluster. I think I was a little bit too pre-exhausted from PRing on the other pressing movements. That my shoulder press I did on the machine, I did a 40-pound, I know, comically low, for 6 reps last week for 3 sets, I think. This week, it dropped to 664. I couldn't even do, actually, I think not even. I think the first set was 6, second set was 5, and I think the last set was 4. That weight was not moving today, if I'm being honest. So What does that mean? I don't know, to be honest. I get to find out on the next chest and shoulder day if I need to change up my front deltoid routine. But I did tinker with the side deltoid routine. I watched a video from Renaissance Periodization where they said lower the weight and really check your form on dumbbell lateral raises. So what did I do? I dropped the weight. I was doing 20s. Now I dropped it back down to 12.5, and I really try to get all the way up. Obviously, I don't want to go sky high because then other muscles get incorporated. But I remember John telling me that he said knuckle to ear is what he was told. So I've been trying that. And boy, even on the lower weight, because again, I dropped 7.5 pounds, went from 20 to 12.5. I can barely get 6 to 8 good reps. And then I did partials at the bottom because I don't know what it is for side delts and like shoulders. I just like doing partials because I feel like there's more in the tank, but I can't get the full range of motion. So I go, why waste that energy? Why not go all the way? But shoulders have been hit, but I reduced the volume though. I usually do 8 sets. I did 6 sets today. I'm going to tinker with that and see if that works out better or not. But I have arrived home. Hey, look, my parents arrived too. That means I have to bring in the groceries. I'm sore too. But a sufficient day, to say the least, if I say so myself.